People have complained, as we go back to banditry, people have complained that the response time to attacks when they happen on the part of the armed forces is usually too slow. They point at the fact that bandits will attack a school, move over 100 children into the forest, and by the time we try to respond, they are already safely in their camps, and at that point it's difficult to achieve any form of rescue. What are the impediments to quicker response to this kind of attacks?
All right, thank you very much. Again, this comes with lack of infrastructure. I'm sure one of these days will embed you in one of our operations so that you get to see how the terrain is. The terrain is dangerous terrain. Again, no roads. Now, especially the last incident of when the school children were taken, we did not get that information until the next day. So they had enough time to do whatever it was they wanted before they left. So these are the issues of infrastructure. And then besides that, the issue of IEDs. You know, even in the theater, we have discussed this issue of the menace of IEDs. The greatest casualties we get now comes from IED. One IED can destroy a whole MRAP that is costing over $20 million. One. You know, so, and then it will kill almost everybody inside. Or if you go to medical centers now, you see troops amputated, you know, just because of IED. So it is, that has become a great risk. And realizing the dangers, because we don't have roads. So you see a 10 kilometers road that you are supposed to react quickly. But because of the fear of IED, now we're only left with hand products. So you have to have somebody that will go down for 10 kilometers on the road, scanning the width and length of the road. If he makes a mistake, he's gone or the vehicle is gone. So that actually slows us down drastically. And so we're hoping if we get modern equipment, there are drones that could go ahead very fast, be able to scan depth and be able to see if there's anything, or MRAPs that have those facilities to do that. We don't have those. So we have to still rely on using hand products. And so this actually delays us. So when most people think, no, troops are not moving, if you move hastily, you are gone. And I can tell you that's the greatest threat we have. So we have to tread carefully.
I thought that those MRAPs were actually IED resistant.
No, yes, resistant to some extent. It depends on the magnitude of the IED.
So the bigger the IED...
The bigger the IED, the more destructive it is. And they're realizing that IED, because once they see what you are doing, they also want to scale up. And that's why we went ahead to deny them the ability to get urea, because urea was one of the things they were using. And that's why we banned, and it's a struggle, because when farmers would like to use urea, we know the dangers. You know, so it's a balance. Striking this balance is not easy. So but we forge forward.
People also complain that the very notorious ones amongst them are not being killed in operations and all that, and that encourages or lionizes other bandits. Why has it been difficult for us to militarily make examples of these bandit leaders, the Bello Trujis of this world, Kachalas?
Yes, thank you. It's still the same thing that if we have adequate information, because we need to know where they are to be able to. But I can tell you that between January to now, we've killed over 10 of the bandit leaders, different leaders. Even the Tuji himself was injured. We missed him just by the whiskers. So. It's an ongoing operation, and I know it's just a matter of time. We're sure we're closing on, and they know we're closing on. So most operations, they don't even go in passing. They stay behind and send their troops ahead because they're in the hiding. But we'll continue to push, and I can assure you that we'll get them very, very well.
Some people have suggested that anytime we are closing in on these guys, then conversation about amnesty and all that sort.
Yeah, but you know, it is.
What is your attitude to amnesty with these brigands, with these people?
I don't encourage amnesty, but I encourage surrender. Surrender is part of war. If you're fighting somebody and he drops, and operationally, if once somebody drops his weapon, and we're duty bound not to kill that individual, so we'll do that so that the laws will also take its course. And that's what we want to encourage. But for us, neutralizing them is number one priority, as much as both. We're going to do it professionally, so that we will not be accused. You know, we have been having run-ins with international organizations, human rights, accusing us of one human rights abuse or the other. We have remained very, very professional. But I can tell you that for us, taking out those criminals is number one priority. But if they surrender, then we will be duty-bound to hold them. But we don't encourage amnesty, we encourage surrendering.
You think amnesty will not work?
No, I mean, if you just tell them, go and don't sin anymore, I mean, tomorrow you don't know what he will do. So let's get him, he will come and surrender, and then he will follow the legal system, and the legal course will be taken against him.